This is Jackie, and I'm here with Jo of JVK. How you doing this afternoon? I almost said this.
Oh, good. Hey, I mean, at this after my night last night, it might as well be. I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Did you have a little too fun last night on Halloween like I did?
Guilty. I'm guilty.
I was
Big
gonna say,
Halloween girl.
Dane, what was your costume?
I was Britney Spears.
That.
I was the toxic look, the red
Oh,
jumpsuit.
I was gonna say which era Britney because
Oh yeah.
there's so many. And honestly, after you just said that, I was like, you know what? That would be a really great group costume for like
Yeah.
everybody to do a different version, but I'm not shaving my head.
No, I can't. I can't.
No, but
It took me this long to get my hair bleached blonde. I can't shave it off.
but if you have some guys involved, like I think
Yeah.
between that and the red suit, I can keep going with this. Man, I love Halloween.
I love Halloween. I love Halloween. It was so fun. It was a very last minute costume. It was one of those things. It's like you know what day it is every year, but then it's like the day comes and you're like, shit. What am I supposed to like? What am I being like? Well, who am I? You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I'm Britney Spears. Put my hair in a little comb, like put my hair like a little side part. It was perfect.
Nice, nice, nice. The band recently released the single "Get Offline,"
Mhm.
which I have so much different ways to interpret that. But how does that track encompass your current sound?
Ooh, it's very much the beginning of a new sound for us. We basically have on I mean, the catalog we have out now has always been, hard rock, only hard rock, just kind of staying in like a certain just I don't know, it's kind of I've stayed in a very like certain area and I remember we were writing an EP. We had it like 80% done. I was listening to it and I was like, this is not it. This is not it. This isn't anything new, anything exciting. I was like, I need to change it up. And so we really started to like I've been a big pop girl since the day I was born. It's a huge part of me, the same part of me that rock is. And so I was like, I need to add in synths. I want to add in electronic elements to like a really hard rock sound, like not take anything away, but just add in something to create a more fun, chaotic atmosphere to also further be the almost like to further be like the environment that I could add the lyricism to, especially where I'm taking a different direction and where my lyrics are going as well.
Nice. Um, what do you attribute that evolution to?
Ooh, I don't know. I think it's just the way like my life has changed. I feel like when I was when you're young, I mean, I'm still young, obviously. I can't be like back in the day. It's like, but when I was younger, I would write a lot just about, I read a lot about men. I'd read a lot about, just kind of
Sorry.
being no, you're good. I just wrote a lot about men, a lot about, uh, just of my frustrations and, growing up, and I really love doing that. I still do that. I still find in like different perspectives. I try to take a more introspective approach, but I feel like with where my life has kind of become, and I've found a lot more closure and forgiveness and in just and pop culture and my relationships. I think it's just the way my life has changed has also kind of it has definitely attributed to the sound changing and where it's gone.
And who or what inspired the track "Get Offline"?
Ooh, I mean, I think honestly being online. I think being online and just seeing so many different we almost have too much access to things that we absolutely shouldn't. We have too much access to things that we shouldn't. And I think I was like, I really need to get offline. I can't do it. I'm like, I can't keep, I'm like, and I need a outlet to share this. And it's definitely been a great response, which is really cool.
Speaking of which, when you have new music out or when you're just living in 2025 in general, how do you balance kind of advertising to people that you have new music out while also trying to stay authentic and not feel like an infomercial the entire time?
It's tough, and I'm still navigating it because there's this whole element now, I feel like, with the music industry where it used to be, first they like the music, then they like you, and now it's like first they like you and then they like the music. And I am so not an internet person. I am not like an influencer in any regard. But I'm like, okay, I know I need to, it's a push and pull, it's a tug of war, if you will. and that's where, like, the complicatedness comes from it. So for me, I just try to, as if I'm gonna use it, I might as well use it in a way that I'm gonna enjoy and just hope for the best. And I try to build relationships versus like kind of like fleeting viral moments and just try to let people into my world versus like, having them be like forced and shoved into it when it doesn't resonate.
Yeah. How do you know when it's time to get offline?
When it's like there's so many for me that it's such a loaded question because it's like I found so it was interesting. My brother, he's a scientist, and he was telling me that he works in biomedical and he's so smart too. And he was telling me that like when you're on TikTok and when you're doom scrolling, it's like your brain actually goes into a form of like hypnosis. And when I heard that and I realized like there was one night I was like, work a whole long day, rehearsal, came home, and I'm in my bed and I'm doom scrolling. And all of a sudden 2 hours went by. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, that's exactly what he was just talking about. And I was like, I can't fall victim to this. And I also saw something recently too, where it's like, as an artist, you can't consume more than you create. And I think that was a big part of that for me as well, is like making sure I didn't consume more than I created and
That's
wanting to
really
continue.
good advice.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting a call. Was it one?
See, that's the thing is that our phones interrupt every little part of our lives. My alarm went off.
Everything.
You're getting a call. Like it's like even our intention of just talking to each other, like it's so all the time. My watch will let me know
Yes.
when something's going on. It's all
Yes.
the time.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
I think being aware of it at least is half the battle, right? Like you said, you're aware that you don't want to fall down that trap. You're aware that like you have just burned through time without even noticing it. So I think
Yeah.
at least being aware of it is a good start.
I completely agree. It's almost like when they always like admitting it's the first step. I think that's I think they're 100% right there. Where just
Yes.
admitting it is totally the first. Oh my God. I have to get my charger. My laptop's dying. So it's stuck in here. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, I completely agree. Admitting it is 100% the first step. And for me, and plus too, when you look at the world around you, it's so funny. There's this artist, The Dare, that I absolutely love. And he has this one song where he's like, I'm in the club while you're online. And for me, that kind of encapsulated exactly how I wanted to be. I was like, I want to be at the club. I want to be outside. I want to be in the world. I want to be experiencing and talking to people and gaining my knowledge and my inspiration that way versus being on the internet. There's too much. There's too much to see. And a lot of it is nonsense and you don't even know if it's real or not.
Yeah, having those experiences matter. So you mentioned a sort of shift or evolution in the band's sound. Does that mean you're working on an EP or something longer, or we're just kind of testing with singles for now?
We are in the process of an album. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but it's not a secret. It's going to be our debut album, and I'm very, very excited about it. It is it's a definitely a sound I have never thought I would make, but now that I have made it, I have fallen so in love with it. It's very synth heavy, it's dark pop, it's hard rock, there's songs that are it's a wide spectrum to tell talk about, like, a wide spectrum of kind of goes with a lot of, like, pop culture, forgiveness, interpersonal relationships, how 2 things can be true at once, like, the nuance of it all, and for me, I am so excited about it, and the fact that Get Offline was the first single too, it was the last song I wrote for the album. I was finishing the lyrics, like, while we were in the studio, like, it's the freshest sound out of all of it, and it's just taking but I knew of this album was going to come to be, but from, like, a retrospect, but making it in time, I was like, "Is this really, like, where I'm like, where we're going and what I'm writing?"
So are your songs more autobiographical or fictional?
A mix I would definitely say way more autobiographical. I think more recently, I've been in stuff I have been writing, I take a lot from the past, so at times it feels like fiction in a weird way where it's like, I'm so disconnected from something that has prior happened to me that it feels like I'm telling a story that's not mine, but also at the same time, I have so much fun with it, and then but then also especially going about it and from a different perspective of like, "Oh, I never saw it like that before," and then the lyrics start coming and everything just starts flowing out of me. So yeah, definitely way more autobiographical, but at times it feels like fiction.
So is there more catharsis and release when you write the song versus performing it?
I think they both release something different. I think when I'm writing it, I'm way more in tune to like what I'm trying to say, what story I'm trying to convey, how I want to convey it, and what that means. And I feel like when I'm performing it, it's everything that those words are saying coming out in a physical way. That it's like, like the words I want to scream, I'm screaming in your face. And the words that I want to be on the floor, like, ripping everything apart, I'm on the floor ripping it apart. So it kind of shows like another side to the music. And that's especially with the performances that like I try to get. That's what I'm always striving for.
Yeah, showing another side of the music is important to kind of switch things up.
Exactly.
What role do you think music videos have in 2025?
I wanna bring them back. That is a that I love music videos. I think, the amount of songs I could say that, like, I didn't resonate with when I first heard it, but then I watched the video and it made sense, or like, video songs I loved, and then like I saw the video and it like provided a different perspective. I absolutely love it. I think now we are so overtaken by short form media because the attention span is so small. It's so small. It's so low. It's like there's even if you go on TikTok, there's a way to 2 times the speed so you can get it over with. Like we've completely lost, the ability to take in media literacy at this point, and it's sad especially when it's like I'm such a visual person. I love the theatrics of like sitting down and like watching a performance, watching the live reenactment of something, a music video where it tells something you wouldn't even known, and it was so big in pop culture. And I want it to come back. Like I'm ready for that revival. Honestly, yeah.
I think that's what's so special about live music, right? It's like you have a bunch of people together, there's this communal aspect, but also everyone is listening to the entire song. You know what I mean? And not just one, but many.
Many, and it's in your face, and then you get to talk to the artist after, and you get to say hello, and you get to talk about the meaning, and you get to I like, it's like my singing teachers and stuff like that, and like people I've worked with, they're like, "You have to stop talking to people after shows because you just sang for 40 minutes." And I'm like, "But that's the best part is like going up to the people and being like, what did you think?" Like, so I love the live performance aspect. I strive to talk to like every single person in the venue that I'm in, especially at this point in the game. It'd be like, "What'd you think?" Yeah.
That's got to be a very unique experience. So, having toured so extensively, do you prefer more intimate club gigs, or do you want to do like outdoor festivals more frequently?
Oh, I mean, at this point in the game, I am always striving for big. I love performing from a big audience. I think they both have a special meaning for me for like different reasons. It's like I love, we've played a few festivals now, but I'm ready for the next step of building and growing in that sense of community, and so definitely the outdoor festivals is where I'm striving for. But I always love and appreciate being able to look at everyone's face and see who's singing along, who's taking it in, who's filming, and like developing that connection afterwards.
You mentioned filming, and I don't ask artists this often enough, but how do you feel when you're looking out in that audience, making that connection, and you see a bunch of cameras in your face? Does it bother you? Does it excite you? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think everyone I love it. I love it, honestly. Because I feel like it's like, when you're a lead singer, you have an ego. It's like that's kind of the whole point, and it's like that but admitting it's the first step. And for me, it's like I have, a sense of humility. Like I'm able to be like humble, whatever, but I do love the attention. I love being able to see people in a crowd with their phone out, because when I see the phones, I'm like, okay, like I'm doing good. Like they're holding on to this, and typically enough, the people that have their phones out filming, they will come up and they'll say like, like you're gonna make it big one day. And then it's like, oh, they have that video for like safekeeping. And so it's like this kind of it shouldn't be as reassuring as it is, but it is for sure.
I appreciate your honesty with that question. Um, Music is often there for us when things are tough.
Yeah.
Who are you pressing play on when you're having a tough day?
It's so not the type of music I make, but Father John Misty, I love him so much.
See, I love that because there are people, I feel like there are people of two musical camps who answer that question. I'm sad and I want to listen to more sad stuff because then I don't feel alone in my sadness.
Yes.
Or I want to listen to really fast paced, hype music to help pull me out of that mood.
Yeah.
So I think it's really interesting that that you might be of a different camp altogether. I appreciate
It
that.
might be. I love that man so much, and every time it's like whenever I'm sad or when I'm feeling down, and he has a different album for, like, a different mood, so it's like, if I'm glum, I'm like, I'm putting on God's Favorite Customer, or if I'm, like, really, really depressed, like, I am putting on, like, Mahash Mashana, like, I can't I just love that man so much, and he's, like, my comfort person. It's like
That's great. I think that that just goes back to the power of music. You know, whether it's
Yes,
the people who come up to you after the show or the person you play when you're having a tough time. Like that's what music is so good at that people talking doesn't necessarily do.
exactly, 'cause I think the big thing for me, like, I always say at the shows, I'm like, "If there's one song I want you to take away from me," I always say, like, "My Own Man," 'cause it's, like, the most empowering directly empowering lyricism that I have, and I feel like, I always want people to leave have with that feeling of, like, I can do anything right now. Like, I could, like, I can do a backflip. I can talk to anyone. I could do anything. I can, like, taking on the day kind of feeling and just being able to, like, and I direct that towards as many people as possible to say, you are your own person tonight in this room, let it all out. And like this is what we're here for. And that's why I always strive for that message. And that's like the mood that I want to give to people.
Well said.
Thank
So
you.
what's up next for the what's up the next couple of months? I feel like we're sort of rolling into the holidays, so things aren't
Yes.
usually as action packed. But what's up coming up in the next couple of months for you?
Next couple of months is gonna be you're definitely gonna hear more music. We're definitely gonna have some more announcements regarding tours, regarding big shows, regarding new music. There is so much more to come, and I know it's typically the holiday season where things slow down, but for us, it's like we're really like pumping the gas here.
Excellent. Well, stay tuned for much more from JVK. This is Jackie. Thanks to In the Key of Change and Chorus FM. Thank you so much.